Only a handful of players have ever been lucky enough to play against their idol. Unfortunately for LeBron, he's one of those players who just barely missed out on playing against his idol Michael Jordan, who just so happened to retire right before LeBron came into the league in 2003, which had to have been disappointing for LeBron that Jordan didn't decide to play for one more year. But that's okay, because being able to play against your second favorite player of all time is one hell of a consolation prize. Now, I'm sure the first time he played against Kobe must have been a surreal moment for him, but according to an Instagram story he posted back in 2020, Penny Hardaway is actually his second favorite player of all time. And that IG post wasn't the first time he revealed that piece of information. In fact, he let us know that Penny was one of his favorite players before he was even in the league. You see, since Shaq attended one of his high school games, LeBron returned the favor and came to watch the Lakers take on the Spurs during the 2003 playoffs.
Why are you here tonight?
I'm here to watch Kobe and Shaq. Shaq came to my game 2 years ago, and I'm here to watch them trying to get a victory.
He was then asked who he patterned his game after, and this was his response.
You always talk about the next Michael Jordan, but who is your game pattern after?
I never pattern my game after anybody, but I can receive flashes of magic and some of Penny Hardaway, one of my favorite players.
It took a while, but fans eventually noticed that LeBron actually writes with his left hand, despite being a right-handed shooter, and he credits Penny Hardaway for having something to do with that.
I have no idea how I became a right-hand basketball player. I think it was probably Michael Jordan, Penny Hardaway, guys that I looked up to growing up. Seeing those guys shooting righty, so I was like, I guess I'll shoot righty, but
a couple years ago during an episode of The Shop, he had some nice things to say about Penny as well as Scottie Pippen.
It's crazy, man. I love Scottie Pippen, bro. Scottie Pippen and Penny Hardaway was like my two, because I seen myself in them. Same how Asia just said what she just said. Like, I saw myself in Pippen and Penny. Tall guards, point forward, get everybody involved, defend all type of positions.
Pippen was another player that LeBron could have faced, but Scottie's knee issues during the 03-04 season prevented that from happening, causing him to miss all 4 games that the Bulls played against the Cavs that year. Talk about a missed opportunity. But again, that's okay, because at least he had the privilege of going up against Penny Hardaway, and he didn't have to wait very long for that dream to come true, because as you can see here, they clashed in only LeBron's second NBA game ever when Penny was with the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, his debut against Sacramento was highly anticipated, and rightfully so, but I bet LeBron circled this game on his calendar way in advance. Now, I was a little bit frustrated because I found myself playing Where's Waldo when it came to finding where Penny Hardaway was, due to the horrible quality of these highlights. Obviously, it wasn't hard to spot LeBron, but figuring out where Penny was on the court was a bit more challenging.
So far in the first half. Oh, LeBron James!
Looking at that play again, I believe that's Penny right here, because it looks like that's the number 1 on the back of his jersey. Remember, Amari Stoudemire started off his career wearing the number 32, so just by process of elimination, it couldn't have been him around this time. Here's LeBron shooting a free throw with what looks like Penny Hardaway walking right past him. Remember guys, I'm just trying to prove to you that LeBron did in fact play against Penny in the NBA, and this piece of audio pretty much confirms it.
First round trap choice, and Penny Hardaway cannot finish. James, great rebound. And Ricky Davis at the other end.
What a pass.
And taking a look at the minutes played column for that game should be the final nail in the coffin. They apparently faced a total of 5 times, but I could only find footage for 2 of those games. One being the game we just talked about, and the other being LeBron's Madison Square Garden debut that took place on February 22nd, 2004. By this time, Penny Hardaway had been traded to the Knicks, so it was still LeBron's rookie season, although Penny was now on a different team.
And now he is here for the first time in person as LeBron James plays Broadway for the first time.
Before the game, LeBron James told me that like every player who's ever played the game of basketball, he has been looking forward to the time when he could play in this building. But he said that before every game he gets a few butterflies, even though there's a little more excitement here at his Madison Square Garden debut.
Thankfully, this footage is a little bit better quality, on top of the fact that we actually get to see Penny guarding LeBron this time, or should I say attempting to.
When you look at his side,
Eric Williams into the game. He came over from Boston. Now James puts it in. And for LeBron James in this period now, Cleveland is up by 10 again. 10 offensive rebounds for Cleveland. The Knicks have 13. LeBron. He has a better shooting percentage than Vince Carter, Baron Davis, Allen Iverson, or Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
And all those guys played in the All-Star game.
and that's because they're shooting way too far out. LeBron's getting close.
And there he is from inside again.
LeBron put up 22 points in his first ever appearance at the Garden and walked away with the win as well. Interestingly enough, Penny had a moment like that too, where he was the one that was starstruck. Back in 1996, he got to experience the other side of it, going up against his idol Magic Johnson. When Magic abruptly retired in 1991, it looked like Penny would never be able to play against him in the NBA. But that would all change when Magic decided to make a return during the 95-96 season. He ended up playing against Penny Hardaway twice, and here's what Penny had to say.
I can remember back in the day when I used to watch this, man, I would love to play against him. And he was retired when I got into the NBA, and when he came back, I thought that it was wonderful. It was amazing that I was actually out on the floor at the same time as he was. Unbelievable. I mean, when you finally see somebody for the first time that you really love, or just appreciated your entire life, and you meet them for the first time, I mean, it's just like a total shock.
It probably didn't register to Penny at the time, but that's how LeBron felt going up against him. And if you were to ask Penny who his favorite player is currently, the answer is always LeBron.
Your favorite NBA player to watch right now?
Right now, who's my favorite? Besides LeBron. LeBron is an easy one because I love the way he controls the game. I go to the games when they come here. Yeah. He just understands every read. He doesn't miss a read. He's communicating all the time the things that you want your players to do. And he's always leading, puts himself first, and then, you know, as far as leading, and then has everybody else come up to his level.
That's my guy, LeBron, man. I love that guy. I don't really know what to say about him, man. He's phenomenal. And watching LeBron it's almost incredible. His IQ of the game, his durability, his will to win, his leadership, his understanding of the game, when to turn it on, when to allow guys to play. I mean, what more can I say? I just think that he's phenomenal, man, and just to still be rolling.
It's one thing to play against one of your idols, but for him to then go on and become a huge fan in return must be an insane thing to think about for LeBron. And some believe LeBron was trying to pay homage to Penny right here, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that. If you like taking a look at when generations overlap and when players get the opportunity to go up against their childhood idol, I've actually made multiple videos just like this one. Like the time Jokic went up against Tim Duncan.
I remember when he played against me, he was a little bit older, but he still gave me the easiest 20 points I ever in life, probably.
When Vince Carter and Paul Pierce went up against MJ.
Being in the NBA for 22 years, I can proudly say I got the opportunity to play against Michael Jordan.
I had a chance to play against Michael Jordan, but it was when he had the Wizards uniform on, so it wasn't quite prime Michael Jordan. It was 40-year-old Michael Jordan.
And I also did a video on when Dirk Nowitzki ended up being disappointed going up against his idol because he wasn't who he thought he would be.
Auch noch total enttäuscht, weil der Scottie Pippen, der eigentlich mein Idol ist ein arroganter Arsch, das gibt's gar nicht.
Echt? Das kann nicht wahr sein.
Ja, und da war ich so enttäuscht irgendwie, dass...